It's nothing unfamiliar, nothing difficult. It's expected. It's just a norm. Just a norm. It's just a norm. It's just a norm.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see. I see. I see. Let me make sure that I'm live. I should have been listening while that was going on though. Do a test one, test one. Should have been listening while that was going on though. Cool. All right. We're live. So, this is what's going to happen today. I got to remember to look at my camera right here. So if you see me looking to the side, it's a little light right here. You all, my setup is so old. I got this lamp. Let me show you how this lamp is so old that my wife had this in college. So this is the oldest lamp we got in here. And then I got this little lamp here that is normally somewhat on me, but to the side. So, but you didn't come here for that. You came here because today I am getting ready to go into Cakewalk, and I've already started the process. I have a project that's up here where I'm going to focus on doing something I've never done before. So, I took this water bottle, Smart Water. This is not a sponsored video, but hey, it's Smart Water. If you want to hit me up, though, I'd love to because I drink it all the time. All right. I took this bottle and I used this same microphone, my Behringer microphone. By the way, if you want to buy something like this, the link is in the description below. Hopefully it is. All right, so I use this and I just use it to tap. Now, first I was going to sing into it or try to blow into it to give like that kind of flute sound, but that didn't work like I really wanted it to. All right, so I just kind of tapped it. All right, but I did have the cap off. So you can get that sound. Okay. All right. I took that sound into Cakewalk and I actually recorded a few times, but I just took one clip. So let me show you what that is. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to go about trying to use this one sound to get various different sounds to make a beat. Mitri, you're not going to be able to turn the TV on, man. So sorry. So sorry, my son's trying to turn the TV on. I'm like, no, don't do it. Please don't do it. All right. So here we are. We're in Cakewalk. And I wish it was a way that Restream made me look a little bigger than this because sometimes I feel like I'm so tiny. But anyway, that's the way they made it, which is cool. All right. So here's the sound right here. Hopefully you can hear it. Okay. That was it. Awesome, wasn't it? Okay. Play it again. Okay. So I'm going to try to take that sound. I'm going to manipulate it quite a bit to get different characteristics out of it. But the first thing I did was I created one track for this. So I'm just going to have the main audio here. So I'm going to say the original sample. All right. Okay. And I might even color code it. Why not? Let's just put it as that color there. Okay. And I have track 2 down here, which is actually the TX16WX. sampler. I started to use this. I might still use it on something, but this one I love so much, but it's so complicated. It's got so many things on there that you can do. But I might go ahead and just use, I'm going to create another track, insert instrument track, and yeah, let's figure out what we're going to do. So I'm going to replace, right click on replace synth, and I'm going to go to complete control, I believe is what I'm going to try to use. I think that's right. Okay. And then I can add this in here. Just drag and drop it. All right. It adds it right there. So here's my sampler. Then I can play it here. Okay. Got some controls we can add to it. Pitch band. Okay. We can make the root notes. Now, I got to figure out if I have my keyboard. It might be a possibility that I might have to shut Cakewalk down. And the only reason why is because I turned my little MIDI keyboard on late. And whenever I turn it on late like that, for some reason it registers, but it doesn't register. It's kind of weird. So make sure you always turn on your devices before you start doing anything in Cakewalk. So like I have MIDI devices, but see it's not showing up. I have it on. It let me know that it wanted to add it. So let me say this, exit out of this, and I'll go back into it. How you all doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. And if you feel like chatting with me, definitely chat with me. Should I put some music on, some light music, music AI? As long as it's not going to be copywritten, I hope it'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, let's play some music right now. Now I'm bring Cakewalk back up. All right. Okay, all right. And hip hop is starting to act crazy. It used to be a little thing on here where you can actually just drag. Okay, what's it? Add source? Oh, background music. Yeah, there it is. Background music. So I might use that a little later on. It's like when you go live, it's a little different than trying to record a video. Like I'm used to having all the audio, little background music or whatever. Smart Water beat. I do not know the intent of this song or this beat, and I'm just trying to make something that's fun with it. So if you have any suggestions on what I can do, I am grateful, and you definitely can offer them. But I'm also going to be doing a lot of exploring. I'm going to be trying out some plugins I probably never used before to see what kind of sound I can get for it. And then we'll see how many tracks I'm going to use too as well. So I'm going to start with adjusting my start and end time. Okay. Because I don't really need all of this. Let me see how much I want to use of it. Let's see if this, first of all, let me see if this MIDI controller is active now. There it is. See, now you see it pop up now. So impact, LX, MIDI in. Make sure those are enabled. Apply. Close. All right. Okay. All right, let's start here. All right, so let's call this percussion. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to record. I'm going to use this one track to record everything. And then what I'm going to do is freeze the audio. So it's going to create a new track. Or actually, I'll create a new track, an audio track, and then I'll freeze it to that track. If that makes sense. All right, let's see. Let's do a tempo map. All right, tempo map should be up here. Okay, I drag it down. Where is it at? Sometimes I see it up here, and sometimes I don't. There it is. Okay, so you just gotta drag from where the all the purple part is. Yours might look a little different, but you can do a tap here, and it'll insert the tempo change. So tap. So it's like 92, maybe. Let's try that. Start right there. Press the plus sign. You all can't even see that. Here, let's do this real quick so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, there we go. So, yeah, so basically you just drag from here, you know, like if you don't see it, you can just drag it down. Same with the Ranger track. So I drag from here. I think that was right. Yeah, drag from there because you didn't see it at first. So then you drag it down. And now you can tap it. So let's try 95 and then press plus sign. And then it should change it to 95 all the way across. Now, if you wanted to go through and create extra nodes, you can do that too as well. But I'm not going to do that right now. All right. Let's exit out of this part. And let's see. So we got our tempo. And all right, let's try that. I don't even know. That might not even be the tempo that I'm at, but we'll find out. Should I do a count in or just start? Let's start. Okay. I forgot this. Let's mute this for a second. And let's put on the metronome so we can hear it. That's about right. Okay. All right, cool. I wish there was a way where you see it on some DAWs, and I know it's on like Logic. I know it's on Pro Tools. It might be on here, but I wish there was a way where you can just, you know, quickly jump to the next track. It probably is a way you can do that, but I don't have enough tracks set up right now anyway, so it didn't really matter. So, all right, so let's look at, we got that. Going to save that, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to freeze it, create audio track. Actually, I didn't even need to name the other one. I don't know why I did that. Percussion. All right, let's put this. Let's put all the drums that color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze this track. Actually, no, what I'm going to do is, yeah, let's just freeze it. Now, what I could have did was just copied it and freeze it to that one. All right, and so I'm going to hold down Shift. I think it's Shift, right? Okay, that's going to make sure it stays lined up completely. And now I should have that on here. Cool. All right. Now, I probably should have quantized it if I wanted to quantize it, but I'm not going to worry about quantizing anything right now. And then if you unfreeze, you'll see that the original track is back. But I don't need that anymore now. So let's press Control S. And let's go back to this percussion track. So I always like to start with drums sometimes. So let me hear that thing again. Okay. What kind of groove do I want to go with? Okay, got you. All right, let's try right there on this G. So it's going to do my bass drum. Okay, I didn't really need that many times. All right. I don't even know where this ends at. I'll probably end it there anyway. That's fine. Let me see. Okay. Quantize this Q. Michi and Naomi, time to go take your bath. Okay, let me make sure I got it in time. Let me hear the play. Okay, that's kind of square. Let's hear it without it quantized. Okay, all right, let's do it again. No durations. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm doing it this way is I actually really didn't have to record like the bass drum part yet. So, but I know you're probably thinking like, dude, it doesn't even sound like a bass drum. I'm gonna go through and tweak it. But normally, what I would do is I'm gonna wait until I get to the audio part. So, then I can go from there. So let's go ahead and so we just duplicate this, create another audio track. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Control T. All right. Shift. No, let's do freeze it first. Shift, hold it down, bring it back here, and then let it go. Delete that. Okay. All right. Should I move on? Let's just move on. And then I'm going to come back and try to make some sense of this stuff. So let's do snare. Let me see. Okay, still don't see. All right, I'll do it again. Sorry, I hadn't pressed record yet. Here we go. Okay, now I don't need to do that long. All right, so let's put on eighth notes. I could have did it on quarter. Okay, all right, and then we're gonna copy this. Holding Control. All right, let's see where this lines up first. So sometimes what I like to do is I'll actually and I know you're probably thinking like, dude, why don't you just use, I could have used a step sequence. I could have used the piano roll. I could have did a whole bunch of things, but I like to record stuff like, instead of just putting it in. So I need this to go. Let me see this. Okay, so yeah, it's 2 bars. So we're going to take this. Control. Oops, I didn't drop it in the right place. All right, let's take this one. We don't have to hold control down for this one because I duplicated it 2 times already. Okay. Let's drag this one back over. Oops, I'm sorry. What is it doing? Okay, there we go. For some reason, it was still, I had both of them selected still. I was like, what is going on? Okay, it should be right there, I think. I think that's right. Is that right? We shall find out. If it's not lined up right, we'll line it up later. Okay, so we don't need this one. I forgot. All right. And these, let's just split this. Shift S. And okay. Save, of course. Okay, cool. All right, so now you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to create another track. And normally I would deal more with the instruments, but I'm just creating audio tracks to make it easier. Bounce clips, and I'm gonna drag this back out again, I guess. I just like to drag it out. I'm kind of a neat freak when I see stuff that's like not quite the exact same size. It throws me off sometimes, but you may not have that issue. Let's freeze this track. Okay. Drag it down. Oops, see. I pressed control that time. You didn't notice it. You have to make sure you hit shift. Okay. And then that'll keep it lined up perfectly. And you can always just drag it back. You don't have to do the actual split. So, and now that should be there. Let's listen to it. Make sure it's cool. Okay. All right. Say that. All right. Let's go back to unfreeze this, and let's delete that. What are we gonna do next? Okay, so let me see if I can do a little bit manipulation within here. All right, one shot. Let's do. Chord set. Okay, I can still hear some of that noise. Okay, I thought it was gonna loop it. I guess I didn't do anything. Just the X fade. Okay. Pitch shift. Reverse. One shot. Filter. Oh, it's starting to sound like a chord keyboard there. Okay. Do I like the low pass filter? Oh, I like that. Modulation. All right, I know you like, dude. What the heck are you doing? I'm just messing with stuff, y'all. Just messing stuff, you know. So. Okay. Velocity mod wheel. Okay, mod wheel destination. All right. Velocity destination. Start. You know what? I'm gonna say something. That would have been cool if I did that for that. flatten these out. Double click them to flatten them back to where they originally were. Oops. I didn't mean to move that one. There we go. Reverse it. Got a gate. Engine. I never played with this that much, so that's why I'm having so much fun. All right. I don't know what I'm gonna play though, but let's. Can we just loop this part? Yeah, let's just loop. Okay, so I gotta make this sustain a little bit longer. How am I gonna do it? This is where it becomes tricky. You're dealing with some sounds. I really want it to sound different than this. Pitch, gate, start. Did that already. Effects filter. I might just put it back where it was. It's starting to sound like an actual keyboard. Just got to figure out how to make the sustain a little longer. All right, let me mess around. Let's save what I got so far, and let's see what we can do. Let's add some effects to this thing. See what we can come up with. Spatial. Distortion, channel strip delay, reverb. Of course, no reverb will help stretch it, but modulation, other. Spatial, reverb. Tools. Email generator. I know some of these plugins that I have for waves won't even work, but I'm just not quite sure which ones are which. Tools. Let's go back to that again. Oscillator, noise generator. Let's try reverb first. Let's see what we can get out of this. Do H reverb work? I forgot if it does for the free. I mean, not the. So the subscription that I have doesn't have everything on it. Is everybody able to hear me? Let me make sure I'm still live. I'm I'm up here just doing things, and okay, so this one does not work right. Yeah, I figured it when one day I might upgrade to the actual full subscription, but I'm on the cheapest one right now. Let's see. Let's just do some Nidus reverb. still not quite happy with it. How could I really mess the sound up? All right, let's turn the reverb off. Mm-hmm. Saturator. Dynamics. Smack Attack. Dynamics multiband. Effects. One knob brighter, one knob fatter, one knob louder, pressure, wetter. Submarine. CLA effects. Echo Spear. Let's see what this is. If I got it, I probably don't have it either. Yeah, Nori. So sorry. All right, okay. I've never used this before. Don't know what it is. Okay, I have presets in here. Woo. Play slap. Vocal dark swim. Turn the slap off. Where's the plate at? I was like, I don't see nothing for the plate at all. Okay. Oh, is that the mute? Okay, this is the mute. Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's the mute. This one. All right. Don't like any of it, but it's cool. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Ooh, that's loud. Alright, I don't really like what I just did, but okay, let's pitch this up. Let's pitch it up like 8 steps. Let's try it there. Okay. I'll still mess with it later on. So I'm just getting the ideas out. Freeze. Ooh, it's hot. Very hot. probably put something on it to make it more tamed. Now, all right, before I do any more, let me go ahead and let's get these drums together. Okay, so this is snare, right? Bass drum. Okay. Okay. All right. First things first. Let's put a gate on this. Should I use the Pro channel? What do you think? Maybe I'll just use Pro channel. Okay. Let's start at the top. Got the console here. Let's keep that on. And then, I don't know about the tube, but I might not need that. All right. First things first. I'm on the right track. Sometimes I do this all the time. I don't click on the right track. Okay, turn it on. Got a lot of bottom there. Okay. All right, we gotta put a compressor on here too as well, but I also need to add a gate. Gotta add a gate. Set module, style, FX chain, gate. Dynamics. Okay. Let's use the Sonidas gate, see how that works. Yes, Nori? Yeah. Crazy how you turn it down or nothing. No, I'm talking about this. Let you know there's a lot of low frequency range in this. Hey Jay, Evo D, do you know a way to get vocals in your face or over the beat? Yep, most of the time. So, multi versions of compression is a good way to get the vocals on top of the beat, and then also parallel compression. But you can also just get my vocal template. You know what I'm saying? It's called In Your Face. That's what it's called. Actually, it's actually called In Your Face. But yeah, it kind of really deals with, so parallel compression is basically like taking a signal and routing it somewhere else, and basically tweaking the second signal, right? So you can compress it as much as you want, and then kind of blending it in with the original signal. But you can also you don't have to do parallel compression. You can also do everything on one channel too as well. But it takes a few different things. I like to think of EQ thinking about the center, the tonal center of where you're singing it or where you're rapping it. So like, if you're a person, you got nasally voice, or you're around a certain frequency range, then it's kind of like being able to cut the mix around that frequency range. So like if I'm a person, I'm singing, let's say I'm singing 800 hertz or whatever. My mix, once I get my mix right for my drums, I might dip or cut out some of the 800 range because I know my vocal is right there. So it's a few different ways to go about doing it, but that's the way I would do is I would think, okay, hey, one, to get the vocal to sit in the mix really well, first get your beat right, whatever you're doing, get it mixed the way you want it, and then say, okay, where is this vocal reside? And, you want to make sure that you have space for all of the instruments. So that's why I said one of the easiest ways to actually do mixing is to make sure that you have each instrument in its own frequency spectrum, if that makes sense. So like this, by the way, if you're just tuning in, this bottle right here. All the sounds that I'm getting are from this one bottle, just tapping it like that and recording into my microphone. So this bass drum that I'm trying to tweak to work on right now, you can see it has a lot of bass in it. You can see that looking at the EQ. So if my bass drum has a lot of bottom in it, it makes sense that it lives in the bottom. So I don't, if my bass guitar or if my bass has a lot of bottom too as well, I got to make sure that they have room to breathe with each other. And then if my vocal is like, if I'm way down here, rapping, if I rap low down there, I'm in the bass end too as well. So you got three different elements that are in the bass end. Something's got to give. You got to kind of like tweak them, where, hey, you get this frequency range, you get this frequency range, and then you get this frequency range. I know I did a lot of rambling, man. I don't know if I answered your question or not. But, yeah, I mean, it's just trial and error. But like I said, a lot of plugins that you can use, and I'm not gonna name out plugins because people tend to just want to go to plugins and think plugins fix the problem. I would start basically with EQ, so knowing that vocals are more on the higher frequency range. So they say the human range or speaking range is between like 800 and 2 kilohertz. So around that range is where most of your intelligence is, where you actually are able to hear the words and things like that. Anything above 2 kilohertz is for, breathiness or for air. Anything below 800 is for more warmth or more body. Why? Why'd your sister yell at you? I'm just recording, man. It's okay. You're fine. Tell your brother you sorry, Nori. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, James, how's it going? I'm sorry. I'm in my own world, man. I'm doing well. How are you doing? It's good to see you all. If you just came in, I am doing something I've never really done before. I'm taking one sample from something that's, laying around in the house like a plastic bottle and deciding to make a beat out of it. So far, I've got 4 tracks, but I am still trying to tweak some things to make them sound a little better. So I'm on this bass drum. Oh, you know what I could do? I might layer this. Okay, let me try something. Real quick. All right, duplicate this track. I need more click. That's what I'm looking for, more click. Duplicate track in the events. Okay, all right. So that's going to be the bottom end, but this is bass drum high. And let's see. This is going to be a little different. Okay, starting to get a little quicker. Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to put more highs on this particular bass drum, if that makes sense. So probably not that many highs. Let me see how this sounds by itself. Okay, and I do need to add another gate on here too as well. Gate. And that's one sound I still don't really care for in here. Let me find that again. Ooh, that's okay. I'm mixing on headphones, so sometimes I can never tell how much bottom I really got in them right now. Turn the gain up a little bit more on this track. It's almost weird. It's kind of like it's got like a vinyl sound on it. Okay. Great creative music on Ableton Live, 11 software, and it's awesome. Yeah, man, that's cool, man. Ableton Live is the stuff. Okay, cool. It's so funny when you haven't heard this stuff in a while, then all of a sudden you come back in and it sounds totally different. All right, let me see. Mute this for a second. All right, this snare. All right, let's see. It's cutting off really, really quick. Well, that's fine though. Should I put a gate on this too as well? Let's see. So I'm hearing this noise that's in the background. And I know it's probably because I was when I recorded this. All right, and then okay, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Is this gonna be the perfect sound? I mean, it sounds like it could be. It sounds like a little, I don't know, video game soundtrack. That's what it sounds like. Actually, I mean, putting that gate on it didn't really help. No, it did help some. Let me see. Should I add reverb to it? What do you think? Okay. If I add reverb, should I put it at? I'll put it right here. Yeah, what's reverb? Some of these I never play with. So now that percussion part almost sounds more like a hi-hat. So maybe I should make it more like a hi-hat sound. Let's pitch it up. Can I pitch it up again? Let's see if I pitch it up like really high, an octave up. Do you know if Cakewalk come with good parallel compression? So parallel compression is not, it doesn't matter what DAW it is. It's just, so let me show you. Like if I wanted to do parallel compression on, let's say this hi-hat basically, all right? Even though I said percussion, but I'm going to say it's the hi-hats now, okay? So if I wanted to say, I want to send this signal, like if I like the way this signal is, let me listen to it now though. Sounds like some claves now. That's what it sounds like. That's crazy. And that came from a bottle. That's weird how this sounds like that now. Sounds like claves. So say I like the way that sounds, but I don't want to mess that sound up, but I want to do some different things on another side. So what I can do is I can right click on it and then I can send it, insert send, and then I can create I can do a bus or I can do an aux track, right? So let's just say it's aux track. So here's my track. So this would be my compression, basically, I would say. So once I do that, it's going to be sending a signal here, and then I can do whatever I want with this, but I can blend this to tape. So it's almost acting like a separate channel or a separate track. So like say, for instance, I want to do... I just want to do some nasty stuff. I'm put some distortion on it or something. I don't even know what this is. Kramer tape mono. It might not work. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. But I mean, it doesn't matter what plugins you use. So it does. I mean, it doesn't matter what DAW you do it on. It's just think of like parallel compression, like saying, "Hey, I want to like squash the compression, or I want to add separate reverb. I want to add delay on this, but I just want to blend it in a little bit." That's what the parallel is for. So it's meaning that it's running alongside the other signal. It kind of frees up your track. This is perfect when you're like saying, like, say your lead vocal starts recording, and then you get ready to say, hey, the first verse, I want to record it. You know, I just want it to be completely dry. You know, it's got a nice EQ on it, but it's just dry. And then later on, you say, well, when I get to the bridge, I want it to sound more compressed, more powerful. I want it to get bigger. That's what parallel compression would be good for. Some people swear up and down by it. Some people don't like it at all. So I don't know what this is. Let's see. Kick in your face. Rhythm electric guitar. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, and then I can set this pre. Right, pre. Okay, post or pre. Pre-fader. Pre-fader just means that no matter what I do with this original track, it's not going to affect the other track. Okay, I'll do this one. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? My fault. My fault. Okay, right idea, wrong section. When you look at the send right here, there's a post and pre. This is the part that you want to mess with. So this part up here, it doesn't really matter, but this is the part you want to mess with, post. So when you turn that off, then you should be able to. So like if I bring this fader down, notice that this is still there. That's without the Kramer. This is with the Kramer. Let's do some other stuff to it. Snare help. Ooh, it's got like delay on it. Okay. But yeah, I don't really like that plugin, so that's fine. I mean, it sounds good, but it's just not what I'm looking for right now. All right. I want to get more, so like I want to do some crazy EQ with this. And I might put multiple EQs on this one track and then blend it in with the original. So let's do, what's the one that I used? Well, I'm going to put Sonitis on there too as well. I tend to go to Cakewalk stuff more frequently. Please don't judge me on this, but that's just, I get used to this stuff. So okay, so say like I wanted to have this. I forgot I got that soloed. It's like, I was like, I don't hear the other track. Where the other track at? Okay. So this is the main track. That's the main sound. But maybe I didn't want to add. So maybe I wanted my main track here, put this compressed one. Or this one that's got a separate EQ on it, then I can bring it in as I need to. Let's add an EQ to it. I mean, not EQ, I'm saying let's add a compressor to it rather, I'm sorry. Let's do the Sonitis compressor. Sorry, you might have to hear a pencil sharp in the background. All right, drum destroyer. Yeah, let's try that. Tack. Okay. Very hard. Infinite to 1. Okay. Okay. right. So that would be a good idea of the compression. It makes more sense when you're using it with like vocals, but I mean, you can use it with drums too as well. Same kind of concept that I did with this bass drum. These two bass drums. This is like a compression, but it's not. I mean, it's not really compression, but it's more like parallel, um, like layering. That's what I think of it, because this is the original bass drum, but I took a copy of that bass drum and I put it on a separate track, and then this one I tweaked totally different, but I'm blending them to taste. So both tracks, that's the bass drum by itself. But when I add this one, okay, so you'll notice that one has no bottom, no high, it's more highs and things like that. And then when I add them in, so what I was looking for is something to give me more click, right? To make it sound more like a bass drum. Now this is really sounds like a bass drum. This sounds more like a jazz tune bass drum that you would use, like in the old school days before the bebop period, but before they decided to start tightening drums. So this sounds more like a concert bass drum, but that still works good. Jay, hopefully I'm answering your questions, man. I know I'm moving all over the place, but if you were to ask me which compression should you use in Cakewalk, then I would tell you, if you're going to do the Pro EQ, I would definitely, you have this one. Let's see. The EQs that come with, I mean, not EQ, I keep saying EQ. The compressors that come with it, you have a PC2A, which is like a leveler amplifier, which is a compression too as well. You have the, what else is on here? Some of these are good, like shapers or smooth. And then there's a compressor on here. Where is it at? This is it? Okay, this is it right here. Okay. So you have this compressor, which is fine. It works. You have the Sonitis compressor. If you can get your hands on any of the emulated compressors, like I said, like the LA2A is similar to, the old classic compressor. And then you have the, what other ones do I have on here? Compression dynamics. So the Sonitis is good. Oh, the CLA2A is what I was talking about. That's similar to the LA2A. The 3A is a good one. The 76 is a really good one too as well. So those are some of the ones that I use. Like for my particular plugin, my vocal preset, I use several different compressors. I think I probably use on my In Your Face, the one that's just for Cakewalk, using the Pro channel. I think I have 3 compressors on there. So if you want like really direct in your face type of vocals, then yeah. But if you want more subtle, kind of sweet, like, it's blended in, but it's not really standing out like that, then yeah, I mean, you don't have to use that many compressors. But most vocals today, like pop music, they use a lot of compression. So, but not just trying to rely on one compressor, using, just a little bit for each compressor. Like this compressor may be, tucking the peak points down, or whatever. And this one may be, bringing the lower parts up. So you kind of split up the work between the two, or however many you use. Man, I wish that water bottle had some water in it, to be honest. All right. So I'm going to go a little bit further. Okay, I need to use some of my chords, right? They sound so funny to me. Oh my God, they sound weird. Anyway. back on now. Now I'm freezing up. That's good. Okay, so if you can hear me, you all, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream because for some reason, all of a sudden, Restream started acting crazy. Yeah. But I will continue this time. Stay tuned because I'm probably going to post more about my process with this song if I decide to finish it. If you got any questions, definitely leave them in the comments below or either live chat. And definitely check out the description. If you want help, I am doing one-on-one virtual sessions. Oop, and I got with me is spelled wrong. But anyway, if you want sessions like that, then definitely check that out. I have the link down there. Check it. I think it works pretty well. You know, I might tweak it a little bit more. I'm coming out with some new templates, but it's kind of to help you get started in Cakewalk. So I apologize for this not going as well as I wanted to be. I guess it was an indicator telling me that it's time for me to get out here anyway. But anyway, love you all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you're notified every time I post content. Take care. Peace.